Unit 1 Overview of SAP Simple Finance. Lesson 1 Introducing SAP HANA and SAP S4 HANA. After completing this lesson, you will be able to explain the motivation and advantage of SAP HANA and understand the benefits of the SAP S4 HANA suite. Scenario: your business has to process an ever-increasing flood of data. You are looking for ways to extract meaningful information from this data and to be able to report on it efficiently. You are interested in understanding how SAP HANA can help you with your data storage and analysis needs today. You also want to make sure SAP HANA is the right technological core to future-proof your organization in preparation for the information explosion coming with the expansion of the Internet of Things. You are interested in upgrading your current system landscape to a next-generation solution. You are particularly interested in the new SAP S4 HANA suite and want to understand the scope of the solution offering and available deployment option. Traditional database systems. Historically, database systems were designed to perform well on computer systems with limited RAM. As a consequence, slow disk input-output was the main bottleneck in data throughput. The architecture of classic systems was designed with a focus on optimizing disk access, for example, by minimizing the number of disk blocks or pages to be read into main memory when processing a query. With the classic system architecture, you have to make a trade-off, either going for a broad and deep analysis or speedy and simple reporting. With existing technologies, optimizing across the 5 dimensions shown in the spider diagram is not possible. Therefore, you can make the decision of going deep and broad with your business warehouse systems or have high speed but simple reports from your data. In both scenarios, real-time updates are very difficult, almost impossible to design. In a data warehouse environment, updates occur overnight with nightly batch jobs, and the aggregated data comes from sources that probably already have different data. Let's look at the disadvantages of the traditional model. The traditional model offers suboptimal execution speed. The system is not responsive, the user is frustrated because he cannot export the data he needs when he needs it, and finally, some business processes that could help your business are not supported due to the delay in the data retrieval. There is lack of transparency, leading to need for aggregation. You always need to transfer your data, aggregate it, summarize it, and the original source is lost in the translation. Outdated figures implies that you do not have access to the latest figures in any case, since you have a summarized view on figures posted usually the previous day. This leads to you having to guesstimate with what you might consider the current figures. Even if you don't have the exact information in front of you, you use your business intuition to make decisions. Not having the data you need when you need it and focusing resources on transforming the data meaningfully leads to a reactive business model. This means that you react upon information with a time delay, missing opportunities with your customers and losing the competitive advantage you might have gained by having a real-time system with simulation capabilities. The vision of SAP HANA. SAP HANA offers a common database approach for online transaction processing and online analytical processing using an in-memory column database. Traditionally, you had 3 layers of storage for your data. You had the transaction layer, the analysis layer, and the acceleration layer. You also had 3 copies of data in different data modules with an inherent data latency. This is a 30-year-old model designed for the technological possibilities of the day. This poor innovation leads to wastage. With SAP HANA, you move to a single source of data for both transactions and analysis, all in memory and accessible in real time. This eliminates unnecessary complexity and latency inherent with traditional models. It means you have less hardware to manage as everything is stored on one database, and you can accelerate operations through the innovation and simplification offered by in-memory. With SAP HANA, there is a paradigm shift for developers. In traditional applications, the database is largely used as a data store mechanism only. Massive queries bringing large amounts of data back to the application server for processing are common. Lots of application execution time is spent in the application server looping over records and performing exclusions, calculations, etc. With SAP HANA, the key to the best application performance is pushing as much of the logic execution into the database as possible. We now trust the database to perform these operations. You then keep all the data-intensive logic down in the database as SQL, SQL script, and HANA views. SAP S/4HANA is the next-generation business software by SAP. SAP HANA was introduced in 2011 as an in-memory platform. In 2012, the business warehouse powered by SAP HANA was introduced, offering unprecedented speed for analysis and reporting on your data. In 2013, the whole SAP Business Suite was moved to a HANA database, offering the product SAP Business Suite powered by SAP HANA. This gave businesses real-time information on both application and transactional processing. SAP HANA Enterprise Cloud for SAP Business Suite on SAP HANA was also introduced in 2013. In 2014, SAP Simple Finance powered by SAP HANA was introduced, giving instant financial insights, removing aggregates, and offering a single source of truth with drastically re-architectured financial core for the Business Suite. In 2015, SAP is introducing SAP S/4HANA, offering a simplified data model, a new user experience, advanced processing, a choice of deployment, and multi-tenancy. S/4HANA is natively built on SAP HANA for massive simplifications, offering a simplified data module. No indices, no aggregates, no redundancies. S/4HANA is natively designed with SAP Fiori, offering an integrated user experience with modern usability that is role-based, and which offers 3 maximum steps to get a task done. It is mobile-first and offers a consistent experience across all lines of business. SAP S/4HANA is natively built for advanced innovations. It inherently supports new applications for predicting, recommending, simulating, processing texts, geodata, and many more. SAP S/4HANA is natively engineered for providing a choice of deployment either on-premise, on the cloud, or through a hybrid approach. Finally, SAP S/4HANA fully leverages the new multi-tenancy functionality enabled by SAP HANA for the Cloud Edition. What are the key enablers to run digital transformation? First of all, we have SAP HANA with advantages already analyzed. SAP Fiori is the new user experience paradigm. It offers a cross-application user experience, and it is web-based and runs on all devices. It is also role-based, giving you access to the applications you need to do your job. Finally, real-time and simplified, the traditional SAP applications are rewritten to optimize their speed and efficiency on the SAP HANA applications. There are no aggregates, no indices, higher flexibility and throughput without predefined summarization, and a large data footprint reduction. The business value of SAP S/4HANA can be summarized in 3 main areas. Reimagined business model with inherent possibilities to connect with people, devices, and business networks. Reimagined business process provides simplicity to focus on the essential tasks and change business processes. No more batches, all processes are performed in real time, giving you access to the data you need immediately. Reimagined business decisions, with the ability to get any insight on any data from anywhere. You don't need any manual consolidations to manipulate the data for decision making. You can make your decisions on the fly based on the data from the highest level of granularity in the line item itself. Technical and business values. As discussed regarding reduced data footprint, you can see in the illustration that you could move from a 7 terabyte ERP on any database down to an S/4HANA system with a total of half a terabyte of data. It offers a higher throughput, 3 to 7 times faster access to the data. It is fully flexible without pre-configured indices, without pre-configured summarizations. You can use your data in new ways that until now was not possible. It is truly enterprise software designed with big data and agility at the core. The delivery roadmap of SAP S/4HANA for 2015. SAP S/4HANA was introduced in the first quarter of 2015 with the on-premise edition. The Cloud Edition was introduced late in the first quarter of 2015. The Cloud Editions receive quarterly innovations, and the on-premise editions work on an annual innovation cycle with interim support packages. SAP S/4HANA offers a holistic approach for deployment across cloud and on-premise systems. The SAP S/4HANA suite is now the default solution offered for new customers, and for cloud deployment there is a continuous incremental extension of scope planned throughout 2015, with an aggressive roadmap to quickly deliver more business scenarios as the product matures. Let's look at the potential journey of a customer of SAP S/4HANA. For a new customer, they can decide to build the IT infrastructure themselves and install on-premise S/4HANA. They could decide to trust SAP to host their IT infrastructure and IT services utilizing the cloud. Or they can go for a hybrid approach, having certain core systems on-premise and integrating certain of these with cloud infrastructure and components offered by SAP. For customers using the SAP Business Suite on any database currently, they can decide to remain on-premise, upgrading to the latest enhancement package of ECC 6, which is the Enhancement Package 7. They can decide to migrate the database to SAP HANA and deploy Exchange innovations. They could move to the cloud, transferring the data to a cloud system without complex migration processes, or they could also take a hybrid approach, thus enhancing their current environment, replacing certain applications with cloud applications, and so on. And then we have customers that are already utilizing the Business Suite powered by SAP HANA, and they would deploy the Exchange innovation for on-premise systems. For the cloud, they could again transfer the data to a completely cloud-based system, or they could take a hybrid approach integrating with the cloud applications offered by SAP. In all the cases, SAP guarantees innovation without disruptions for your current business processes. Learning summary. You should now be able to explain the common pain points in a system using a classic database and explain how SAP HANA can provide solutions for these pain points. Lesson 2. Outlining SAP Simple Finance. After completing this lesson, you will be able to explain the common problems that finance teams are facing worldwide, provide an overview of the functionality and benefits of SAP Simple Finance, and describe the available deployment options for SAP Simple Finance. Instant Insight. The promise of SAP S/4HANA is instant insight to action, based on real-time information. With a single source of truth, you eliminate the need for reconciliation. You can trust your data the minute you get it. Real-time processes. No need to wait for month end. And no waiting for batches to run to get the data you need today. Dynamic planning and analysis of the planned data to be able to make changes on the fly and project what these changes mean for your business in the future. The business benefits of instant insights are much broader than faster reporting. At the base of the pyramid of requirements for a finance business software is compliance. You need to be able to provide timely and accurate external reporting, and also lower the operational risk from fraud and other non-compliance. Then you have operations excellence. You need to lower cost from manual data reconciliation and report generation, and use effective management of working capital and financial risk. Finally, on the top is business partnership. You can achieve higher profitability and higher growth due to having access to more relevant and more timely data, providing a true insight to your business and its direction. Another benefit is greater organizational alignment and agility due to end-user direct access to insight from mobile devices on the fly. Transforming finance with instant insight. These are some examples of areas and improvements you can expect in these. Financial planning and analysis. You get unlimited simulation of business options with what-if and predictive analysis. Accounting and financial close. With a continuous intra-period soft close with pre-close simulations to make sure you know where you stand before month end. Treasury and financial risk management, instant visibility into working capital, enterprise-wide liquidity, and financial risks. Collaborative finance, real-time receivables and payables reconciliation for better collaboration with customers and partners. Operations enterprise risk and compliance management. controls and pattern-based prediction of increased potential risks and fraud events, leading to the ability to identify and define strategies to prevent fraud. SAP Simple Finance offers you the advantage of instant insight using an intuitive user experience. It is a flexible solution that is non-disruptive to your current systems and implementation. It allows for cloud and on-premise deployment. It also covers the full scope of the financial value chains of the SAP products, from financial planning and analysis to accounting and financial close, treasury and financial risk management, collaborative finance operations, and enterprise risk and compliance. Let's look at the improvements in the architecture with an example of the logistics documents coming into the financials core through the financials interface. With a traditional SAP ERP system, you have the logistics document producing two separate documents, the FI document and the CO document, creating entries in the separate tables for the FI document and the CO document. Then you have these entries reproduced and reconfigured in totals and index tables for financial accounting, and again in totals and index tables of management accounting. These are predefined aggregates that are in the system to support reporting. With this aggregated data in the indices and the totals in these different views, you can now proceed with processing and analyzing the values. In SAP Accounting powered by SAP HANA, the same logistics document writes directly into the Universal Journal Table, which is a single repository across all financial applications. There are no indices, no pre-configured totals tables, and everything for processing and analyzing your values and data is now completed on the fly through SAP HANA views. This, of course, gives you tremendous flexibility compared to the traditional approach. Let's have a closer look at the Simple Finance database footprint reduction. If you're starting from an SAP ERP on a traditional database, you can expect a size for financials depending on your specific installation of 600 gigabytes for this module. Just moving to a suite on HANA with the compression possibilities enabled by the in-memory database, you have a 5-fold footprint reduction to about 120 gigabytes. Installing Simple Finance and removing the redundancies from the totals tables, the index tables, and all of the extra line item tables that are now replaced with the Universal Journal provides you with another 4-fold reduction to around 42 gigabytes. And if you assume that you use the functionality of data aging, which moves the hot data to a cold store, meaning moving data from your in-memory database to a slower, more traditional data storage, means you can further replace the footprints another 5-fold. So in total, you can go from a 600 gigabyte database to an 8 gigabyte database for your financial data. This represents an approximately 80 times reduction in your data volume, and this can provide a great reduction in the need for infrastructure. This is supported both for cloud and on-premise installation. SAP, through innovations in the architecture of the processes and the user experience, is adding business value for customers through instant insight, accelerated processes, and simplified processes. It also ensures improved productivity through the always available on any device user experience, which is common throughout all lines of business, and these benefits translate to higher growth and profitability, improved quality, and lower risks for your data, and finally, a lower cost of finance for your operations. There are 3 main innovations with SAP Simple Finance. First is SAP Accounting, powered by SAP HANA, and this replaces the core financials architecture with a new SAP HANA optimized architecture. The second is SAP Cash Management, powered by SAP HANA. This is a completely new product for cash management operations. It replaces the classic cash management offered in the SAP ERP. An installation of SAP Simple Finance has to move to the new cash management if it is to use the cash management functions. Finally, there is SAP Integrated Business Planning for Finance, using the capabilities of embedded BW and BPC. This gives you unprecedented flexibility in planning across the modules and for your whole end-to-end operation. These 3 components sit on top of an S/4HANA system and are part of an SAP S/4HANA system, which in turn sits and is using the SAP HANA platform. There are 3 basic paths for existing SAP customers to move to Simple Finance. The first option is to upgrade and migrate each and every separate SAP ERP or SAP R3 instance the customer is currently using. This is one-to-one migration of your systems, and you would need to upgrade each and every one to a HANA database and install and configure the Simple Finance add-on to each and every SAP ERP client. Option 2 is to upgrade, migrate, and consolidate, and this would reduce the number of instances. This would essentially mean upgrading a single system to Simple Finance and introducing the other systems into the Simple Finance main system. Therefore, if you're coming from an environment with multiple, different, and separate systems, you can consolidate all of your data into a single instance. The third option is to replicate your system and continue using them into a central finance system. So you can have a separate SAP Simple Finance box which is independent of your current systems. All of your current operations will continue in your traditional system, which could be SAP ERP systems or third-party ERP systems. The data from these is transferred and replicated in real time to your SAP Simple Finance instance, and you can perform all your reporting and cash operations directly in the Simple Finance instance for all your systems. In this slide, you can see some related links SAP offers for you to discover the SAP Simple Finance solution. As a summary, you should now be able to explain common problems finance teams are facing worldwide, provide an overview of the functionality and benefits of SAP Simple Finance, and describe the available deployment options for SAP Simple Finance.